Maya had always trusted Arman with her life. Their marriage, now 3 years deep, had seemed like a fairy tale from the outside. Friends envied their closeness, the small traditions they had carved out together, the way he seemed to anticipate her every need. But beneath the smiles and dinners, something dark had begun to fester. It started subtly. Late-night calls he would brush off, hushed whispers when she entered the room, and disappearing for hours with vague excuses. Maya tried to ignore it, telling herself she was imagining things. But deep down, a knot of unease had started to form in her stomach. Then came the envelope. It was slipped silently under the kitchen door, as if it had been there for hours, waiting for her. The plain brown paper seemed innocuous, almost mundane, but the contents were anything but. Inside were photographs. At first glance, they seemed harmless, Maya walking to work, buying groceries, waiting for the bus. But there was an airy precision to them, the kind only a professional could achieve. Each photo was carefully taken, capturing angles she had never considered, moments she thought were private. And beneath the photos, a note in Arman's handwriting. Disappearance is necessary. Don't resist. Maya's hands shook. Her mind raced. Disappear? Why? She had done nothing wrong. She loved him. She trusted him. And yet, here was evidence that he wanted her gone, completely, permanently. The days that followed were a waking nightmare. A black SUV seemed to shadow her everywhere, outside her office, at the grocery store, parked at a suspicious distance when she left her apartment. Men in unremarkable clothing began asking about her routines, almost casually, as if testing her knowledge. Every text, every phone call, every friendly glance from strangers felt like a trap. When she confronted Arman that night, he wore his mask of charm. He smiled, reached for her hand, and tried to explain things away. Maya, I'm doing this for both of us. It's complicated. You wouldn't understand. Her heart sunk. She realized he wasn't just keeping secrets, he was planning something irreversible. But Maya wasn't about to be a victim. She began to plan her own moves, silently, meticulously. Every night, she memorized escape routes, learned the streets and alleys around her apartment, and stored supplies in hidden corners. She transformed from the trusting, loving wife into someone capable of fighting for her life. The first attempt came sooner than she expected. A man approached her in the parking garage one evening, fingering a friendly offer to help with her car. Maya's instincts screamed danger. She pretended to trip, giving herself just enough momentum to act. With precision she didn't know she possessed, she disarmed him, shoved him to the ground, and sprinted into the shadows. She ran until the city lights faded behind her, until only darkness and silence remained. She found refuge in a small, abandoned cabin deep in the woods, isolated, secure, and unknown to anyone who might be looking for her. Alone, Maya allowed herself a single, quiet thought. If they want me gone, they've made the biggest mistake of their lives. She wasn't just surviving. She was planning, watching, learning, and preparing for the moment when she would take back control. The cabin was small, damp, and barely furnished, but to Maya, it was freedom. For the first time since the envelope, she could breathe without the suffocating shadow of Arman's intentions pressing down on her. The walls were peeling, the floorboards creaked with every step, and the chill of the forest seeped through the thin windows, but none of that mattered. She was alive. Her first priority was survival. Maya scavenged the nearby woods for food, berries, mushrooms, and whatever small creatures she could catch. She learned quickly which plants were poisonous, which insects were safe to eat, and how to create fire from damp wood. Nights were the hardest. Shadows danced around the cabin, and the wind whispered threats that felt almost human. She had to stay alert, but each passing night built her strength, her instincts sharpening like blades. One evening, as she foraged near a stream, Maya discovered something unusual. A discarded backpack, partially hidden under leaves. Inside were maps, a notebook filled with codes and names, and a small pistol. Her heart raced. Whoever had left this pack wasn't just careless, they were sending a message. And as she read through the notebook, Maya realized with chilling clarity that it belonged to the hitman assigned to make her disappear. The notebook contained schedules, locations, and photographs, some of which featured herself, but also other people. She saw patterns, networks, and the name of the man who had followed her in the city, Rashid, a professional hired for one purpose. Maya's fear turned into a cold, fiery determination. She wasn't just a target, she was now armed with knowledge, and knowledge was power. Over the next few days, she learned to use the pistol. Each shot rang through the forest, echoing her resolve. She constructed traps around the cabin, making it nearly impossible for anyone to approach unseen. Maya's survival was no longer passive, it had become an active, calculated defense. Then came the first clue about Arman himself. Hidden in a hollow tree nearby, she found a cell phone, burned at the edges, but functional enough to give her a glimpse of his life without her. Messages on the phone revealed his panic after her disappearance. Arman wasn't just careless, he was losing control. Maya realized he hadn't anticipated her survival, her intelligence, or her willingness to fight. As the days turned into weeks, Maya discovered another unsettling truth: she wasn't the only one targeted by this network. The notebook hinted at others, people who had vanished under suspicious circumstances. Her fight was no longer just personal, it was against a system designed to erase lives silently. Determined, she began to plan. She would not only survive, she would confront the network, dismantle it, and make sure Arman and his hired hands paid for underestimating her. And for the first time, Maya smiled. Not a timid, hopeful smile, but a sharp, fearless one. She had become someone far more dangerous than anyone around her realized. Maya's next step would be leaving the cabin, returning to the world she once knew, but on her own terms. Every step forward was a step closer to justice, revenge, and reclaiming the life that had been stolen from her. Weeks had passed since Maya vanished into the forest, but she was no longer the frightened woman who had fled her husband's betrayal. She had grown stronger, sharper, and far more dangerous. The notebook had been her guide, and the pistol at her side was no longer just a tool for survival, it was a symbol of control. Her first move was to infiltrate the network that had hired Rashid. Using the maps and contacts she had discovered, Maya began tracking movements, observing patterns, and learning the schedules of the operatives. Every shadow in the city, every car that followed her old route, suddenly had meaning. Maya discovered a safe house on the outskirts of the city, where the network held meetings, exchanged information, and planned their operations. She watched from the shadows, memorizing entrances, exits, security rotations, and the faces of key members. Among them was Rashid himself, the man who had tried to ambush her in the parking garage. Seeing him alive, unaware that she had survived, ignited a storm of anger inside her. But Maya knew patience was her greatest weapon. She couldn't attack recklessly, she had to dismantle the network systematically. Her plan began with information. Using her knowledge of their communications and codes, she intercepted messages, forged documents, and sowed seeds of mistrust among the operatives. She watched as small cracks appeared: arguments, paranoia, fear, weakening their control from the inside. It was during this time that Maya found an unexpected ally. A former operative named Lena, disillusioned with the organization and seeking redemption, reached out through an encrypted message. Lena had observed Maya's disappearance and suspected that she had survived. Together, they formed a silent partnership, sharing intelligence and training for the coming confrontation. Maya's first strike was precise and calculated. Using the traps she had learned in the forest and the knowledge of the operatives' routines, she ambushed a small team sent to track her. It was swift and silent. Rashid barely had time to react before Maya had incapacitated his men and left them tied and helpless, a warning to the others. Word spread quickly through the network of the woman who had survived against impossible odds. Fear replaced arrogance, and Maya realized that the upper echelons of the operation had underestimated her at every turn. They thought she was a victim, she was now a predator. But the final challenge loomed largest of all, Arman. She had intercepted his messages, revealing his frustration, desperation, and the growing realization that his plans were unraveling. Maya knew that confronting him directly would be dangerous, but she also understood that he had to pay for his betrayal, not just for her, but for the lives he had endangered and destroyed. As part 3 closes, Maya stands on a rooftop overlooking the city, the wind whipping through her hair, the pistol heavy in her hand. Her eyes burn with focus and determination. She is no longer running. She is coming for them. Every shadow has a cost, she whispers. And now, it's theirs. Maya had learned everything she needed. The forest, the abandoned cabin, the notebook, the network, every piece had led her here. Her transformation was complete, no longer the frightened woman who had fled a betrayal, but a tactical, relentless force with one purpose: Arman would pay. Arman's life appeared flawless on the surface. Friends, business contacts, and neighbors still saw him as the charming, successful husband who had lost his wife tragically. But Maya had seen behind the veil. She knew of his depths, the lies he spun to cover his tracks, and the people he had used and discarded along the way. She had intercepted his messages, discovered hidden accounts, and pieced together a web of corruption, greed, and manipulation that stretched far beyond their home. She chose the night carefully. Arman was hosting a high-profile dinner at their penthouse, an event he used to flaunt his control over society, over appearances, over life itself. Maya approached quietly, cloaked in the shadows of the rooftop next door. Every detail of the building's security, every guard's rotation, had been memorized. Her heart beat steadily, not from fear, but from anticipation. Inside the penthouse, Arman laughed, unaware that the woman he had tried to erase was now poised to destroy him. His charm and arrogance filled the room, but it all seemed fragile. Maya's presence was already infiltrating every corner of his carefully curated world. Using the knowledge she had gathered from the network and Lena's insider access, Maya triggered subtle chaos. Security cameras flickered, alarms were muted, doors that should have been locked were unlocked. Operatives loyal to the network but wary of her growing reputation began to hesitate, second-guess, and retreat. Finally, she confronted him. Arman's smile froze as he recognized her standing in the shadows, pistol in hand, eyes burning with a calm fury that chilled him more than any gun could. "Maya, how are you here?" he stammered, his voice a mixture of disbelief and panic. "You underestimated me," she said softly, stepping into the light. "You thought I would disappear. You thought you could erase me. But you forgot one thing: you created someone who can survive anything. And now, I'm here to survive you." The confrontation was psychological as much as it was physical. Maya revealed everything she had uncovered: the lies, the hidden accounts, the network of hired operatives, the people who had vanished under his orders. Arman's carefully constructed facade crumbled in real time. Every guest at the dinner, every associate watching from behind the crystal chandeliers, witnessed a man unraveling. You thought control was power, Maya said, her voice steady, unwavering. But control without respect, without humanity, it's nothing. And now, you have neither. Arman tried to reach for excuses, plead, bargain, but it was too late. Maya had already planted the evidence she needed to expose him publicly, using the very network he had relied on to erase her. Financial crimes, threats, disappearances, all traced back to him. Within hours, the authorities would arrive, and the people who had feared him would finally see the truth. Maya didn't just want him caught, she wanted him to feel the weight of every betrayal he had attempted. The man who had hired someone to take her life now faced the collapse of everything he had built, the exposure of every dark secret. As she left the penthouse, disappearing into the night, Maya allowed herself a small, rare smile. This wasn't just victory, it was liberation. Arman would be forced to live with the consequences, powerless and exposed, while she stepped into the light of a life she had reclaimed. The city had changed since Maya disappeared. The shadows that had once hunted her now trembled at her name. Whispers of a woman who had survived impossible odds, dismantled a criminal network, and exposed powerful men had begun to circulate. And at the center of it all was Arman, the man who had thought he could erase her life. Maya didn't rush. Revenge wasn't about impulsive violence, it was about precision, timing, and making sure every move left its mark. With Lena by her side, she orchestrated the final pieces of her plan. The evidence she had gathered over months was ready: bank accounts frozen, secret transactions revealed, operatives exposed, and Arman's connections dismantled. Every escape route he might have relied on had been severed. The first act was public exposure. During a business gala meant to celebrate Arman's success, Maya triggered a live broadcast revealing everything. Screens around the hall flickered to life, showing photos, documents, and videos of the network he had created, the people he had endangered, and the plans to erase her life. The room fell silent, disbelief and fear mingling in the eyes of those who had long bowed to him. Arman's face went pale. The arrogance that had defined him evaporated as murmurs turned into chaos. Guests whispered, phones buzzed, and security guards hesitated, unsure whom to follow or whom to trust. Maya stepped into the light, her presence commanding, unyielding, unstoppable. "You thought I was weak," she said, her voice cutting through the murmurs. "You thought your threats, your money, your power could erase me. But you forgot one thing: you underestimated me." Arman tried to speak, to protest, but his words fell flat. Evidence, witnesses, and digital proof overwhelmed him. Within minutes, authorities arrived, acting on the meticulously prepared files Maya had leaked anonymously to multiple agencies. The man who had once controlled everyone now had no one to save him. Yet Maya's revenge was not only legal, it was personal. She confronted Arman privately before his arrest, the room silent except for their two breaths. "Do you understand what you've lost?" she asked softly. Maya. I didn't mean. He stammered, realizing too late the full scale of his failure. "You lost everything," she said. "Your power, your control, and the woman you tried to destroy. And most of all, your fear of being powerless? That belongs to me now." She turned, walking away from the man who had once been her world, now a shadow of himself. Every step echoed her triumph, each one reclaiming the life and peace that had been stolen. Outside, the city lights shimmered like a new dawn. Maya looked up at the sky, inhaling the crisp night air. She was free, not just from Arman, not just from the network, but from the fear that had once consumed her. Lena approached, smiling, understanding the quiet gravity of the moment. "You did it," she said. "No," Maya replied, "we did it. But it's only the beginning of living fully. Now, we rebuild on our terms." Maya's story had begun with betrayal and fear, but it ended with power, courage, and justice. She had faced death, deception, and darkness, and had emerged not broken, but unshakable. The city slept unaware that one woman had rewritten the rules. The shadows that had once chased her now feared her. And Maya walked forward, unstoppable, unbroken, and free.